났어요. 음이탈이 났는데 이제 밑에 악플들을 많이 봤죠. 보컬이 맞냐, 가수가 맞냐. 그러니까 대성통곡을 했단 말이에요. 그 다음날 첫 방송이 있는데도 눈물이 멈춰지지가 않아요. 제 스스로 나는 진짜 가수가 맞나 이렇게 생각이.
근데 회사 차원에서 그거 절대 못 보게 하잖아.
그쵸?
댓글은.
아니요, 그런 거 없어요. 제가 보면 보는 거죠. 일부러 안 보는 편이 아니에요. 왜냐면 어쨌든 저도 새겨들을 게 있으니까. 근데 그렇게 되다 보니까 점점 회의감이 되게 많이 느껴지더라고요. 옛날에는 노래하는 게 좋았는데 이제는 노래하는 게 무서워지니까 앞으로 걱정되기도 하고.
We've all heard of the Big Three, and we've also all heard of the Big Three privilege. By definition, privilege is a special right, advantage, or immunity granted or available only to a particular person or group, and many say that the groups from SM, JYP, and YG are privileged. In some ways, yes, I agree they are, but definitely not all. Surely every group, soloist, or band has a hard time and everyone will end up getting hate at some point. No matter what company, I mean as someone gets more popular and receives more attention, you'll often find haters, which is often seen with Blackpink's Jennie. And it's not just in the Big Three. When someone usually talks about the Big Three privilege, they usually talk about the quality of music videos, styling, promotions, tours, training, comebacks and overall treatment. If you ask me where do I think the privilege is, I'd probably say the company helps getting the artist's name out there. It gives them exposure. If Blackpink was in a company such as KQ Entertainment, home to Addies, I think that there could have been a chance that they would become a well-known group and maybe popular but not as popular as they are now. Many also say that the Big Three artists will become more popular than others. Then why does nobody pay attention to artists such as Seolhee, Lee-hi who has left the company, and Day6? Also, these artists aren't given a silver platter. The artists in the Big Three still have to work just as hard as others. But when it comes to the other factors that I talked about earlier, I don't see a privilege with some artists. Obviously some artists get better treatment than others, such as Twice getting better treatment, or promotions than GOT7 or Jimin Park who has also left the company. But that doesn't mean Twice is treated the best. In a live, you can see Sana's exhaustion, and another time, Junghyun cried because of this exhaustion. These girls are struggling just like the members of Red Velvet, Blackpink, and other artists in the Big Three. J Park has mentioned in an interview that there was verbally and physically abuse at JYP Entertainment if you didn't dance or sing properly. And sadly, they aren't the only company that does this. Another thing, one member of Red Velvet, Yeri, constantly gets criticized and hated on just because she was added to the group late. Can we say Red Velvet has a concept like NCT then? Will that make it better for you? And don't get me started with Blackpink and other artists from YG. Jennie is constantly put in the spotlight and her mental health is being drained because this spotlight is attracting haters. But guess what? YG won't do anything to help her. You can see all the girls are struggling in some way. But these three groups aren't the only ones struggling. Some groups, bands, and soloists get no proper promotions. I swear Seolhee wouldn't have been known if TL, who was featured on the track, promoted it. SM seriously couldn't promote a debut? In my opinion, debuts can be the most popular song of an artist as it gains more attention because it's something from a new face. Yes, I know she's under a sub-label, but that doesn't mean she can't be promoted properly. I am glad that TL got to be on the track though, because she did say that she wanted him to be a part of her debut. Now styling. I've slightly talked about this in Things I Hate About the Big Three, so I'll be linking that video below. In that video I've explained how Twice would constantly get recycled outfits. They're the nation's girl group, yet the stylists are having them wear the same outfits. And don't get me started with Blackpink. Rosé is always wearing a crop top, skirt, and boots. The same 2 pairs of boots. Every single stage. Can we please get some versatility? I do not really like Red Velvet styling sometimes, but Psycho, Bad Boy, Peekaboo, some Oompa Oompa and some Power Up outfits were total serves. I know Zimzalabim outfits were supposed to be wacky because that was the theme of the era and Joy loved it, but did they have to put Wendy in a rug? I swear they give her the worst outfits sometimes. Same with Junghyun of Twice. Did they really have to put her in a pillowcase for Feel Special? I know she's the more tomboy or girl crush member of the group, but seriously? I really can't deal with twice stylists. ITZY's styling is good in my opinion, at least for their debut. I am not going to talk about boy group styling because I am not great with that type of styling. If you couldn't tell already, I don't believe in the big three privilege, or not as much as others. Look, there may be some sort of privilege, but it doesn't mean artists in the big three are handed everything to them. I mean, sure, they get beautiful music videos and higher quality songs, but so do artists outside of the big three, and these artists suffer just like others. Also, if you do believe that the artists are privileged, don't act like it's their fault or act like it's a horrible thing. Yes, they decided to audition at the company, but the company chose to let them debut. Also, before you dislike the video, this video is my opinion on the big three privilege and you're entitled to have a different one. I know I didn't talk about every artist in the big three and I mostly talked about the girl groups, but they still suffer too. And in a previous video I've made things I hate about the big three. Some have stated that YG isn't in the big three anymore. In my head, he still is, but that doesn't mean I like him. And when I associate the big three privilege with the big three, I don't think about big hits, so feel free to think of this as the outdated big three if YG isn't in the big three in your opinion. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.